Welcome to the class Conveyancing and Legal Writings, Law 401, Section 1, Week 2, Part 1. Today, our first topic is Principle of Drafting. Drafting is a combination of law and fact in a language form. The process of drafting operating in two parts, conceptual and verbal. Besides choosing the right word, the right concept is also required to choose. In legal sense, drafting means prepare of legal document. A draft document is understood only by the person having proper knowledge in legal language. We can understand that draft means description of the fact in legal language. Therefore, we can say drafting is skilled job. If a person like to draft any document, he must first ascertain the name, address, and description of both the parties. He must know the main matter to explain and purpose of the document. He must also take care of all legal compliance applicable to the document. Therefore, principle of drafting is the rules which are required to fulfill for making a proper draft or legal instrument. Principle of drafting of documents may be classified into four parts. First one is clarity of expression. It is the first principle of drafting of conveyancing of legal document, and it must be clear in its expression. It must not have too many of any expression used in drafting. The sentences for the purpose should be short and easily understandable, should not have compound and complex sentences, so that the reader or the person using the document should not have any difficulty in understanding the meaning of the sentence. The words should not be too technical, which the parties do not understand at all. Therefore, a draftsman should first form a clear idea of what the intention is. Here, knowledge of law is essential to the subject of the draft. It is obvious that if the draftsman does not know the law on the subject, he is liable to commit many mistakes, because the duty of draftsman is to express the intention of the parties clearly and concisely in technical language. Next one is design of the draft. It should be in conformity with law. It should not be too technical, and the real intention of the document may be kept behind that technical draft, concealed under it. The draftsman express the statement of the document serially and step by step. A well-drafted deeds is that which is step by step and has nothing emotional or unrealistic or unsystematic. It is always advisable to have a sketch before you go for the drafting of any document, because without having knowledge of the matter to be incorporated in the document and all the requirements of the matter to be incorporated, you cannot progress with the document. So, before going for drafting, one must have a sketch of the draft document. That means the content and outline of the document. After once decided the content and outline of the document, the person must note down the points to be incorporated in the document. Therefore, a draftsman should frame a skeleton draft which should be filled as he proceeds with his work. For example, for preparing a will, a draftsman should settle the general scheme of the draft after having considering the facts and the law and form a sketch or skeleton draft of a will. Next point is language. The language of the document must be precise. The word should be used for its specific meaning, and a draftsman should keep in mind the following rules. Number 1, words of everyday common language should be preferred over to technical words. 2, words should be preferred over the abstract words. 3, short words should be preferred to the long or compound words. Short words should be preferred to the long or compound words. Simple sentences should be preferred. Active voice of grammar should be preferred. Precaution to be observed by the draftsman about the law and their steps. For this purpose, you should remember that language is the only way to explain the intention of the parties. Next point is communicability of the intention of the parties to the document. The only purpose of a deed is to communicate the intention of the parties to the other parties, to the document and the public at large, who may come in contact with the document. The intention should be expressed as it may make easily to be understood and be made operative by way of the deed. Therefore, in conclusion, we can ask the question, what we need to do. Those are reduce group to single word, simple verb should be used, avoid unnecessary repetition, shorter sentences are preferable, ideas should be expressed in short word, prefer active to passive voice, you must know the meaning of the word you are writing. Now the question is, what we do not need to do. Those are same sound words should not be used. Avoid to use of word less than or more than. Instead, he might use not exceeding.